Hi again. I'm going to do a haul today. One of them is from a different Goodwill. I already did a Goodwill video. This was a different Goodwill on the other side of town. Very clean, very nice. The bookshelves were well put together. It looked like they were actually trying. And then these three, I got them in the mail on separate days from Thrift Books because they came from different places, but I ordered them from Thrift Books. And a few of these books I ordered just for the Booktube-a-thon, so you may see them, on my next few Book-a-thon videos. I got Annihilation, which is part of the Southern Reach trilogy. This is book 1. This is going to be a movie. The movie's already been filmed. I don't know when it's coming out, but I want to hurry up and read it before the movie. It's a shorter book, and I've heard good things about it, so we'll see. It's by Jeff Vandermeer. I still have to read Born by this guy, Jeff Vandermeer, but I'm going to try to read this first. And then I got, let me move these over, I'll show them to you one by one. Now that was from Thrift Books. Then I got this from Thrift Books, Mrs. Caliban, because it just sounded so strange and surreal and something I'd read. Look at this cover, okay? When I saw this cover, I ordered this particular hardback. I mean, come on, look at this. A sea monster and a woman. And I find it weird that I found out about this, and then right after that, I saw the trailer for the movie The Shape of Water that's coming out. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to check that. Maybe that's, based on this book. It's not. But it looked a lot like it. It was a woman having kind of what looked like an affair with a sea monster, which is what this book is about. And it got rave reviews. This is from the early 80s. So I ordered this from Thrift Books. And then here's another one that I've been wanting to read for some time, called Towing Jehovah. And they describe this as the ultimate God is Dead book. It's humorous. Some people would be offended by it, but I guess it's not to be taken too seriously. It's a trilogy. If I like this, I'll get the other two. If I don't, I won't. Same thing with Southern Reach trilogy. There have been very few series that I've read. I usually always read the first book and then that's it. Even if it's really good, it's not fantastic. If it's not totally fantastic, I won't get into the series. So we'll see with these two. But in Towing Jehovah, apparently God is dead, and they have to get this guy to tow his body to this island. So, weird, huh? But look, this one's weird too. I love to read weird fiction and surreal fiction, and I hear this is pretty surreal too. Annihilation. So, I'm going to have fun reading these. This is too big, I think, to read for the Booktube-a-thon, but I possibly will read these two books. So those were from Thrift Books. And then I'm combining them. This is all one haul, because these are two mini hauls. So I just combined them as one. I got these three from Goodwill. Okay, now this one's not for me. This is not my type of thing. But my husband wanted it. My husband loves this kind of thing. So I got him The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan, and this was at Goodwill. I'm saving this for last, the best for last, because I'm excited about this one. And then he got this one down, and he wants to read it at least, even if I don't read it. But this is not a movie adaptation. This is like different horror authors and some science fiction authors have been writing stories that use the movie. They're kind of like going with the idea of the movie, but it's its own story. It's not from the movie. Like, yes, you have aliens in this and Ellen Ripley and the characters, but it's not the same story that's in the movie. So, like I said, even if I don't read it, my husband will read it. This is by James A. Moore. He's a horror writer. He's written other horror. And this is called Alien Sea of Sorrows. I like aliens, so I probably will read this too. But my husband is like, he was reading this for a while I was looking through the books, and he handed it to me. He said, read this, you have to read this. And I read it and I was like, okay, put it in the buggy, we're getting this. It's a huge book, but it sounds so darn good. Let me read it to you. Well, I'm not going to read the whole story to you, obviously. Let me read the back, okay? Now this is called The Black Tattoo, and it's by Sam Enthoven. Here we go. In the context of what Jack had seen of Hell's inhabitants, the Chinge was surprisingly pretty. Its daintily folded leathery black wings were bat-like, but it was bigger than any bat Jack had ever seen. Its big dark eyes were wide and trusting, and with soft thumps that rapidly became a thunderous rumble, as more and more of its fellows landed on the tables around it. It walked straight up to where Jack was sitting, looked up at him, and smiled warmly. "Good evening," it said. Jack Farrell never thought he would end up in hell. Certainly not when he was still alive. And definitely not by choice, but that's exactly where he does end up. In one of hell's prison cells, no less, with only a giant two-headed tapeworm for conversation. Okay, they had me at that. I mean, I didn't even need to read any further, and I knew that I wanted this dang book. Okay, so let me read on. But what else can he do? Jack's best friend Charlie is in serious trouble. An ancient demon called the Scourge is using Charlie to bring about its evil ends, which unfortunately involve the destruction of the entire universe. Now Jack and the butt-kicking, sword-wielding Esme must contend with floating sharks, moving jelly oversized centipedes, moving jelly and oversized centipedes, gladiator pits, and vomiting bats. All for the sake of saving Charlie from the Scourge, and hopefully saving the universe from total and utter annihilation. Now, why am I laughing when it might be total and utter annihilation of the world? Because let me read you that sentence again, okay? He must contend with floating sharks, moving jelly, oversized centipedes, gladiator pits, and vomiting bats. This sounds so excellent. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to read this. I've never heard of this, heard nothing about it, but I feel like it was fate that my husband found it and handed it to me. This is right up my alley. This is my type of book, and it's going to be fun to read. Well, it could totally suck. I can't predict, but it sure does sound awesome. So this was my haul, okay, from Thrift Books and I lost my train of thought. Goodwill and Thrift Books. And the thing is like, these just didn't come out of a warehouse. These came from 3 different places. Thrift Books, they're just the ones that handle the transactions, okay? And the thing is go directly through Thrift Books, because really you don't have to buy more than 2 or 3 books and you've got free shipping. If you use Thrift Books through Amazon, it's going to be a lot more money. You're going to pay all this shipping and handling. If you get it direct from Thrift Books, no shipping and handling, just the price of the books. So that's pretty cool in my book. Okay, thanks for stopping by.